Hi, Vedanta.
This morning, again, a lot of energy is just releasing or just moving, and I feel it's difficult to breathe, and I want to ask you just to hold me a moment with it.
Oh, with pleasure, Vedanta. Yeah. If it's possible, not to struggle against that feeling of not being able to breathe, just like really rest deeply into it.
Yeah.
Just exploring it. Yeah. If it gets too uncomfortable, of course, then we make an adjustment.
I really like it.
Yeah. I love how gentle you're being, Vedanta. It's beautiful. Yeah. How's it for you?
Soft and just felt very secure to just be with you in this. It's just I feel very whole and just it's very gentle for me. Yes.
This feels quiet and more easy.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Ah, Najma. Welcome.
Thank you. Me too.
Can you see me?
Yes, I see you.
Great. Yeah.
I feel quite tired. I got up very early and my system is a bit into sleeping, but I would love to connect again. Feels a long time ago.
Okay, good. Welcome.
Yeah, just to feel.
Yeah, let the tiredness be here. It's welcome.
Yeah, it's true. Actually, I'd like to say something, Isaac. Some weeks ago, I shared with you this, like, peace is my priority in everything going on. And then for a few days, I sort of was, yeah, me or bigger and it felt very good in all in all. And I see there's a sort of sadness that it didn't stay or that, yeah, this personality is so the way it is. Yeah, it's coming and going.
just to make a distinction.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of any experience, to hold an idea about how it should be or could be, rather than if something comes on the screen, just being available for exploring it as peace, regardless of any experience. If we're holding on to the idea of peace and then another layer comes up, then we'll go into this idea, oh, I lost it or something. Not, oh, this is a beautiful opportunity. It's just, yeah. So, it's, as far as I can see, there's no end point that, nothing comes on the screen. It's like, it's so every little movement that comes, we either interpret it as, oh, this is a drag, or, oh, wow, okay. Another opportunity, moment by moment by moment. I mean, just seeing how that resonates in your unknowing, yeah, rather than it.
Yeah.
Because I lost it, or I'm sad. Are just layers on top of what's going on, where exploration stops, actually. And it's okay also. It's, it's like, yeah.
Yeah. And there was also this feeling of being somehow a bit stuck in it, or as you say.
Yeah, that can happen. That can happen.
Yeah. Somehow
Like,
I
but
know.
you see, yeah, so for me, just to tell you, when it feels, when there's a sense of being stuck, it always reveals to me that there's an agenda.
Yeah.
Because you can't be stuck if you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, the little movements that can, how could I say, catch us, or like, they're subtle. And so it doesn't matter how many times we explore, they, it's like. This idea of getting somewhere or reaching a certain state or something, as far as I can see, are just hindrances. They just get in the way. It's of, yeah. So here we are.
Yeah. Like I somehow also know life doing its thing, and yeah. And now joy comes, and yeah, the movement to want to speak came, and yeah.
Yeah, perfect. No problem.
Yeah. But I hear you. I hear you.
I get that.
Yeah. you know, something like awe always happening, and some pain somehow.
Sweet.
Yeah,
And just,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's just.
Mm.
You know, it seems to me to try and live a life without any pain is it's
Mm.
yeah, it's like a preference that there's so many costs to. Pain comes when it comes and it goes when it goes. It's just
Mm.
yeah. Thank you.
Mm. Thank you, Isaac. Everybody.
Leilani.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi.
Today, I woke up with a very strong sensation in the sacrum, which I haven't felt for quite some time. That blockage is feeling really strong today. If we can sit with that, please.
Sure. If I'd like to make a suggestion is to let your attention be as wide and as gentle as possible. So including that area, but also not just only focus there, just really having a wide focus, and then so including your feet and your legs and you know, everything. You just resting. If it's possible, yes, because the tension to fixate is always.
It's like it's been calling me, so I've been going
Yeah, I
there.
understand. Yeah, no, I get it. I understand. And then you're just making an experiment. You can say, okay, including it, not ignoring it, not jumping over it, not pretending it's not there. But yeah. And also now it's, you could say, like we're with it together. So it adds another dimension. Yeah. So it's just like. Feels like your attention is getting much finer and yeah,
Softening.
softening. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just resting here, how's that for you?
It's like glowing now.
Yeah.
Instead of feeling blocked, it's glowing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful feeling now.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear.
Just a very subtle, gentle movement.
Yeah, yeah. Beauty.
Micro movement. Movement, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Lalani.
Thank you.
Mm. Hey, Varisha.
Hey, Isaac. You hear me good?
I hear you good. I see you good. I feel you good.
Wow. So how do I feel? I get so many presents from lovely people for my breathing pain. And just when you spoke to Nashma, so it feels like, so the peace. If I am the pain, then there's peace. Something like this.
You know, I mean, there's so much.
With no agenda. I mean, I
Yeah,
feel more and more.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
just like this, you know. It's they are. There's sensations, and you could say there's such a habit to
Yeah, yeah.
interpret
Yeah.
and make it seem personal to me. This is mine, and this is like it's we here, and it's like so something catches our attention, and interpreting happens, and movements happen. And it looks like there's something to deal with or something to get over or something. I mean, it's just like endless. Yeah.
And if there's no agenda,
It's,
there's peace.
There's peace. It's just peace in the midst of everything. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm so grateful. I have the feeling that the loss of my cat, it breaks me open totally, and something deep let go or whatsoever. Yeah. Oh. And I can feel her. She's here, her energy or whatsoever you call it. Mm. 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 Mm.
Ah, Laura. Welcome. When we rest like this, is there any trouble?
Yeah, there's a fair bit of trouble.
Okay, so speak to me. Tell me what you notice.
I've been suffering with a lot of anxiety and panic lately.
Okay, but just here now when we were resting, was that panic here?
Yeah.
That's here. Okay, good. So then just coming to this moment, and you say there's panic, okay? Not trying to understand it, not trying to change it, not trying to fix it. Just here, resting. Can you describe to me just what are the actual sensations that are, what do you notice and where in the body do you feel them and sense them?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for bringing it so sweetly and like this. So.
Yeah, I need to because it's been taking over my life lately.
Great, yeah, and I'm here. I'm 100% here.
So this whole area has been just felt like a big block for a few weeks now.
Okay, so in this moment, just coming here now, and the breathing happening, and your feet on the floor, and just here now, and you say, describing the sensations of this moment, just as our systems, we rest with each other, just resting in each other's eyes. And,
Yeah.
Not trying to solve anything, not trying to understand anything. The sensations that are getting translated or described as panic. But what are the actual sensations? Is it prickly? Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it
tight?
Yeah. Tight. Okay, good. That I can relate to. Tight. Okay.
And like something could come out of my chest, like a big, like the heart. It's more than beating. It's like just come out.
Okay. And so just resting here and just, if possible, just letting it do its thing and just like kind of gently noticing. It's like we're here and I'm with you and we just, okay, something's moving or happening in that you're sensing and we're just present to it. Yeah?
I mean, the great thing is it very quickly settles here with you, but in my life it doesn't.
No problem. Just let's just see what happens here. Okay. So you say it's settling and just, yeah, it's we're not doing anything particularly. We're just resting together, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, resting together isn't invited mostly in daily life.
Okay, yeah. So your attention is going to the past again, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Just to notice that. It's not wrong, it's not bad, it's just what your attention has done. Because there's been discomfort and there's a wanting to solve it for the future. So in a way, the mind is already projecting that, okay, this is temporary and it's going to come back to whatever was there before.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, you don't really know that, but something that's one of the tricks of the mind, it does that.
Yeah. I feel like I've tried not to do it, but that's another part of it, isn't it?
Exactly, exactly. So we just share, and something that you said is quietening down. How beautiful. No effort involved, no doing involving, just resting together. You know, if we were within touching distance, I would offer you my hand or my foot, just to have that sense of touch as well. And you can imagine that, just holding a hand, or someone from the Sangha standing behind you and just putting their hands on your shoulders and just giving you that sense of touch, if it's helpful.
Yeah, I mean, not to undermine it, but it kind of feels like in this, I'm okay.
Yes, of course. Yeah. So here, all is well. And just let's see, resting with that sense of all is well. Just, okay. So your system is getting different information in this moment. And in my body, both my hands and my feet are tingling, which usually for me means that there's a releasing. So whatever was going on in the system, it's actually releasing at this moment without it doing whatsoever. I don't know if you're feeling that tingling, but I certainly am.
Yeah.
And to me, you know, it's like, honestly, loving presence is the key to all of it. It's just like we're here together. We're not trying to solve anything or fix anything. We're just here. Okay, so something came. We didn't ask for it. It just, you know, we're living in a very crazy time. And we're sensitive beings. We feel the field of what's going on the planet. It's like, wow, man.
I feel like, and I'll try not to go over there when I'm talking, but it feels like the more I do this, the more in touch I'm getting with myself, the more difficult it's becoming for me when I go outside, or when I have to do work, or when I have to speak to other people or go out in the world. And my sensitivity, my panic seems to be getting more.
Okay. And just, I noticed that how it spoke was my panic.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, if it was raining outside and you went outside and you got wet, you wouldn't say my wetness, yeah? Right? You would just say, oh, it's raining. I'm experiencing wetness.
But there is such an identification with the
Well,
self-experience.
up to now, there's been an identification. So let's just see if we can spot how that functions. So you move outside and you start, you know, you're moving into, it's like, you know how if you go for a walk in the park or you go for a walk in the supermarket, it's a very different vibe. Or you go for a walk at the airport. So, you know, such different feels, yeah, different energy. Okay. So you go out into wherever your surroundings are, and there's, you know, there's whatever's going on around you. It's different, you know, it's always, and you're meeting different people or whatever it is. And so we're in this field together, just resting here. Being seen and felt. You know, if I ask you just simply in this moment, your own sense of who you are, without referring to anything you've read, just here now, like answering that question, just fresh from here.
I think I'm still feeling quite identified to the sensations and the how do I do it out there.
So, okay, so are you that activity? Because that's an activity, yeah, like that questioning and all that stuff. How do I do those are thoughts, yeah?
Yeah.
So we're just taking a moment to just look together. And it's not a right or wrong answer. It's just like, okay, you're here and you notice there's this activity going. And you called it identifying. And yes, of course, there's an identifying activity going on and there's awareness of it. And the question is, are you that activity? Or are you something deeper than that?
I know
That
I have
activity.
experienced it before, but at the moment I'm just so identified.
Okay. Okay.
I can sense it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say, yeah, I'm that when I can feel this.
Okay, so now if we use the image of a mirror, and there's, like a mirror, and in front of the mirror, there's all kinds of activity going on. What does the activity that's reflected in the mirror mean about the mirror?
Yeah, nothing, absolutely.
Nothing, actually. So there's all this activity going on, and there's awareness of it. And there's awareness of that. In that activity, there's some sense of identification with it all. But I'm just seeing if there's anything that recognizes that there is something beyond that the experience, the identification, that whole activity.
Yeah, it's like I kind of said before, as the awareness grows, it kind of seems to, like prior to awareness, I could distract from sensation. Now I have awareness of it, it heightens it.
Yes, okay, but there's also the recognition that everything is appearing in awareness, right? There might not be a sense of peace that comes from that, but just that there's that recognition. There's this activity going on.
Who is, like, what is that thing?
Yeah. So not trying to change the experience, just there's an experience going on. There's an activity of identification going on that you're not doing it, but it produces a sense of me, and it's loud at this moment. But I'm just getting a sense of whether there's some recognition that you are that which is aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And then there's this activity going on, and then resistance to the feeling of identification, and resistance to the resistance. Who knows how many layers there are of all that stuff? Okay, but this just is something that's aware of all those activities going on. And you can feel, my senses, you can sense it. There's, I would say, automatic unconscious resistance to the experience that you're having. Something doesn't want it. I mean, I'm watching your body doing little shakes. I don't know if that's resistance or not. I mean, my interpretation is that there's some, not wanting to have it again, and just like referring to the past, going to it moves a little bit backwards and forwards in that. But at the same time, there's also just here.
In a way, for me, it actually feels like it's the giving it space is like it like shocks itself because it's being given the space.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. Just in that space, just having a look. Okay, here we are. And something has been happening where there's been, you say, identification. And identification usually means trying to get away from something. Yeah. So that's what I'm calling resistance. That's how it's been running. And now there's more room for it just to be space for it, for everything, even the resistance. So just coming back to this moment, and how would you describe this moment now, just here? Breath coming in, sitting in a field of gravity.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot more honoring and
And just that question from here, just in this moment, who are you? Not an intellectual question, but just right here, right now. There's experiencing going on, and there's awareness of experience.
There was kind of a thought of, oh, there's all these people looking at me, and then like, but what are they looking at? And that sort of sense of wanting to drop into that, but then I guess the Laura comes back and she doesn't like people looking.
Yeah, so one way of registering it is that people are looking at you, and another is that they're just giving you their attention without any wanting anything from it, just here in the inquiry with you. So just here, being space for you, for whatever this process is. And even that process of like feeling self-conscious of, oh, people are looking at me and what are they thinking and all that. Very, I would say, very human movements. Yeah, just nothing wrong with them, nothing right with them. And you spoke it beautifully. And we just, again, answer this question. Noticing a thought coming up, people are looking at me and seeing it and letting it come and letting it go. It got spoken, and and then we just hear again.
Yeah, it feels so old. So old. And it's just, there's such an awareness of a new way of being in the last however long, and then there's this oldness that is so annoying.
Yeah, I understand. I really understand. Yeah. And at this moment, just here now again, these old mechanisms, these old habits, or whatever you want to call them, how powerful are they? Just now. And you can be honest, you don't have to, you know.
Yeah, it's dipping in and out of like this desperation, and then this I guess a sense of ease.
Far out. Cool. Just it's going backwards and forwards. Yeah.
But yeah, quite a big pain in my chest, which is fine. It's, you know, it's been there for a few weeks. It's not a problem, but that's the desperation and the desperation of the ease, I suppose.
I understand. Yeah. And just honoring whatever you notice, whatever's here, it's doing its thing. This interesting backwards and forwards between resting and then moving, that movement, just noticing it. Yeah.
It's interesting for me to even be here because I have, like, you know, wanted to sit for weeks and weeks and weeks and haven't been able to. So to even be here is like, oh, what's this?
Yeah, cool. Very cool. Yeah, far out. Yeah. And again, just being space for whatever's here, honoring it. If possible, not. If there's resistance to it, just noticing the resistance, not trying to change anything. Just, okay, somehow something's playing and it's pulling attention.
I'm just going to change position and see what happens.
Yeah, feel free. Yeah. You're welcome to stand up if you like, if you can move your computer, just whatever. Yeah.
Because that's the thing, it hates to move when it's like this, like it's terrified to move, and yeah.
Yeah, it's so beautiful that you somehow letting movement happen.
Yeah, it's good to see that it can survive moving.
And at this moment, does it feel alone, or does it feel like we're together? How's it feeling wise?
Not so much together, but like a whole. There's a bit more of a whole.
Okay.
Which, I mean, I guess you're the attention for that, but I suppose the person like you and I isn't so present, so it's more, yeah.
The space, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I think there's always that sense when you speak that it's not correct.
Mm-hmm.
And then that brings up a bit of anxiety because it's like, well, I'm not speaking like the truth, but
yeah, and just checking how you sense me. Do you sense that that's running in me, or is there space for? Okay, cool. Yeah, just to see.
Yeah, there's been a real fear of speaking lately. I'm out with people and I just don't want to speak, and because that's not usual for other people, that's when the panic comes, whereas this is fine. If I don't speak, this is fine. But it doesn't work too well in other places.
Yeah, well, and I can understand, like if the company that you're in isn't mature and you speak and it elicits like a quality of attention that just feeds into this mechanism, it wouldn't be so skillful to speak. So, and your system picks up on that and it knows when it's safe to speak and when it's not. So it's perfect. It's doing its job. Yeah.
I guess if I didn't have the old, then not speaking would be fine with me. I'd just walk away or I'd be comfortable with it. But the old panic comes in and says, well, you need to speak, you need to say something, or
yeah, I understand.
There,
Mm-hmm. And then just coming again, just fresh right here. Just meeting this moment fresh and just saying, how's it now?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay, cool. Yeah. It doesn't, it's just what it is, whatever it is. It's not, it doesn't have to be any particular way. We just here hanging out and then noticing changes, things, the experience changes for sure.
I mean, the body is very, very, heavy. I don't think I'm tense right now, but I think the tension that's been there is very heavy, but I'm not too bothered about it. But it's
beautiful distinction. Yeah, for sure. Like
tight, but it's okay.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I mean, your system has been processing a lot. It's been working hard.
And I guess the not being able to speak it really adds to the difficulty.
In the past, you mean?
Yeah.
Because now you are speaking it.
Yeah, that's why I'm just saying it, because speaking it, even if what I'm saying doesn't mean anything, it's having a voice is just bringing it up. part of my issue, not being able to express.
Yeah, beautiful. And just sensing, is the way our system is meeting now changing as we keep resting together?
Yeah.
And how do you sense that, and how do you notice that?
Yeah. So interestingly, I sense both of us kind of going backwards, but in that it's coming closer.
Okay, far out.
Backwards is the sort of easing
Yeah,
and relaxing,
yeah,
but it's closer in a present way.
yeah, I get it. And how's it to meet like this?
A relief.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And it's changing. I mean, like, to me, it feels like your system is getting more vulnerable, more, yeah, it's just, yeah, it's little by little, it feels safe, and then it can explore in a different way. I don't know how it is for you, but that's how it feels, yeah.
Yeah, and it so loves doing this.
Yeah.
And it's just been such a long time. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. It knows how to do it too. It likes it. It's good. Just to feel each other's hearts, gently present like this. It's sweet. It's nourishing. Thanks for inviting me to be present with you in this. And yeah, just let whatever this happened in this time integrate, and feel free to come again, and come again.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, thank you's not enough, but I'm very grateful that I came and have been able to have this time.
Yeah, so beautiful for me. So thank you too. Okay, there's 3 hands. I'm going to go with Judith and then Susanna and then Lily. Okay.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Judith.
Some excitement is arising.
For that, yeah, cool. Yeah, it's always beautiful, to meet fresh and curious. Well, what's going to reveal now? It's like, cool.
Yeah. It's always like, moments. Well, what will happen? Yeah.
And just that sweet willingness to let whatever wants to show itself show itself. It's just like, yeah.
Ach, yeah.
So it felt like your attention went to something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's coming back.
And it's coming back. It's cool. It's just like, it's welcome to do that stuff. Yeah. That's what our attention does. It just does what it goes.
Yeah.
And it's lovely to in a sense, it's just to acknowledge that it does that, and then it comes back, or not. It wants to keep going someplace and chew on something or whatever. And now it's more in the direction of how sweetly can we meet. It's just, it's lovely. So. How is this for you now to meet like this?
Yeah, lovely. Just
Yeah,
lovely.
it's just beautiful. Yeah,
Sweet
yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah.
Exquisite.
And it's a dance, huh? Becomes a dance.
It's easy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just like
yeah,
this.
it's just,
And it's so amazing that our systems know how to do this, and yet
yeah,
they'll move into other, like, how could I say, old habits and play in ways that are really
yeah,
kind of funny, and it just does it. And then we notice, okay, wait a second, what happened there? That was just
yeah.
like, somehow it went into an old loop, or,
Yeah.
yeah.
And here we are.
But really, what we love is just to meet like this. I know it's just
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we love the most. The
Yeah,
most,
indeed.
the
Yeah.
most attractive, most satisfying, the best. Yeah. Hmm.
Cool. Thanks, Judith.
Thank you, Isaac.
Yeah. Susanna.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi. It's your birthday today, Susanna. I just see that. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm so
Yeah,
grateful
thank you.
that I can be in satsang on my birthday.
Yeah,
It's
how
really
nice.
great.
Yeah. Yeah, beautiful meeting like this, Susanna. Just resting and allowing the vulnerability and being seen and felt and seeing and feeling. Simple and yet, profound.
Yeah, and when Judith was there, I noticed that there is something like a voice coming out of the off that's telling but it's not safe if you don't control or if you don't struggle or fight and all this stuff. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, good to see that voice and say, okay, I see you, I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a disaster to believe in it.
Phew, no doubt.
Hmm. And I'm so grateful to know you, Isaac.
Oh. I rejoice in just meeting like this. It's such a privilege. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that you make yourself available for us. And I noticed, I took it for granted that you come every year for at least 2 or 4 weeks for retreat and satsang. And yeah, now I notice how precious that time was, and how precious the time is now that you can spend like this.
Like this, yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot of birthday greetings.
I will check them out if we are done.
Yeah. Yeah. Lovely. You know, the preciousness of also being present with each other in all our humanness and all the little movements, that everything's welcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also appreciate your special topic of that you are in all these confusions around meeting each other beautifully in whatever way.
Sure.
Thank you, Isaac.
Oh, thank you. Beauty. Liana.
Hi, Isaac.
Liliana.
Hi.
Hi, can you see me?
I can see you now. Thank you.
Great. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
like resting like this, is there any problem, anything other than just here, presence?
The mind, it's like it's empty, and then I feel comfortable in this emptiness, but then something in me wants that loving and kissing, that's also another paradigm. But this absolute quietness is the mind wants to come in, but it's just
There's no place in this quietness. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, beauty. Thank you. Sylvie.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Sylvie. Thanks, Sylvie.
Thank you so much.
Marcus and then Ria. Hey, Marcus.
Hey, I can't see you yet.
Okay, if I speak loud, does that bring me on your screen?
Yes, no, it's good.
Okay, good.
There's a lot of excitement in the body.
And do you have a sense that there's space for that excitement to be there without needing to get involved?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic, Marcus.
It's this excitement, the space, a lot of cramping in the body, and I don't know, maybe it was always there and I'm just starting to notice. I have no clue.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, I notice there's also a bit of an agenda. Also, what with Nashma, the communication also helped me with that, because I don't sleep much for weeks already, maybe 4 or 5 hours. So there's this wanting to change that.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for bringing that. And just so you know, something's playing in the system that is disturbing sleep. So
Yeah. Always when I wake up, there's a lot of activation and it's just running. And this was actually the favorite melody in my childhood. So
okay.
it's the only thing I ever learned playing on the piano.
Far out. Yeah, fun. Yeah. How is it now?
I mean, it's a bit settling. I feel some tingling in my feet. Yeah.
Simple, huh?
Yeah. It's a bit more grounded now.
Great, Marcus.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Maria.
Do you
Hi.
hear me, Isaac?
I hear you perfect.
I just would like to rest with you together a little bit.
Perfect. Anything that you want to speak? No need, but you're welcome to.
It's wonderful to see what is opening again and how deep it can go.
Mm.
And more. Yeah. Thank you, Isaac. It's wonderful.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
just
you.
beautiful. Yeah. Mm. Oh, Eva. Hey.
Okay, now? Yeah?
Great. Can you see me?
Yeah, of course. Good.
Okay.
Yeah, today I'm very touched by everybody. It's like everything that is spoken resonates with me, and there is very little resistance.
Well, fantastic. Yeah.
So I was thinking about how what Susanna said, we took for granted that we can go to retreats every year if we want to. And we took so many things for granted. And now with this situation, I feel more like the gratitude for every small possibility. And
One of the gifts. Yeah, one of the gifts coming from this. Yeah.
and also I'm reading that so many people suffer from loneliness and depression is going up and things like that. And I experience both things. That on the one side, there's this human need for connection, for touch, for real meeting.
Yeah.
And I experience the lack of that, and I experience also the suffering. But on the same time, I experience the sense of the word alone in German is allein, means all one.
Mm-hmm.
We have two words. We have like einsam, which means lonely, and we have allein, which means all one. And like in meetings like today or during the day, sometimes for hours, I just experience this all one.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
myself, and there's absolutely no lack, no loneliness, no feeling of any lack of anything that needs to be extra. So this is amazing, and
Indeed.
and it's so precious, and I can feel how fragile this is, because when I want to make it to own this, like, yeah, okay, I got it, I'm feeling all one all the time, it goes away.
Exactly.
So this is something very sweet and soft, like the blossoms of spring now coming out. Just very fragile and maybe
A delicate love affair.
yeah. And if we have time, I would just like to sit with you in this.
With pleasure.
For some time. Can I say something about this experience?
With pleasure.
It's like some warm bath or warm cloud covering the whole of my body and even beyond the limits of my body. It's like being in a warm bubble. I don't know. Really, really very exquisite.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Eva.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. On a practical note, someone from the Sangha approached me and asked if I would be available for an additional meeting just to talk about what's going on in the world right now and just how to be present to it. And so I'm curious if there's any interest in the Sangha for that. And so there's a few people. Good. So we'll probably put it on Facebook and just try and let people know. And with luck, it's not about opinions, and it's just like an invitation to drop into your own knowing of what's true for you, and then see if we can be in that without going into a split, where it goes to try to convince each other and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think it could be really useful and valuable at this time.
Isaac, is there the possibility to put it on another medium, not on Facebook? I am not there and I don't want to go there in.
I can send you an email, Maria. I think I have your email.
Isaac, please send an email to me as well. I'm also not on Facebook.
Okay, who's speaking? Oh, Marcus.
Yeah.
Then what I would love from both of you is just but after this meeting, if you can both send me an email, so then I don't have to look for your emails. I have it handy. Yeah.
Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Isaac.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, thank you everybody for showing up. Yeah. Thank you, Sylvie, for hosting again. Yeah. Love, respect, peace, beauty. Ciao for now.
Savitur vareninen Margo deva sharimai Dio yona prachodaya Om Bhuvasva Tat savitur vareninen Margo deva shadimai Dio yona prachodaya Om Bhuvasva savitur vareniniam Margo deva sharimai Dio yona prachodaya Om Bhuvasva Savitur vareniniam Margo deva shadimai Dio yona prachodaya Om Bhuvasva Savitur vareniniam Margo deva shadimai Dio yona prachodaya Savitur vareniniam Margo deva sharimai Dio yona prachodaya Om Bhuvasva Savitur vareniniam Margo deva shadimai Dio yona prachodaya Om Bhuvasva Savitur vareniniam Margo deva shadimai Dio yona prachodaya